Hey, this is Andrew Jones. You watch On Deck with Tyler.
Welcome into On Deck. I'm Tyler Redmond. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Tell me what you think about this video, but also go check out some of my other stuff. I actually just interviewed Andrew Jones. If you're a Braves fan, you'll love it. He talks about Christian Pache as well as his Hall of Fame bid, so make sure to go check that out. But today we're going to do something just a little bit different. Now, as you know, the Braves have a wealth of talent in the minors and of course, the majors. So we're going to do a little bit of breaking that down, starting out with giving you the locks and then giving you the question marks that the Braves have. So first off, let's give you the locks for pitchers. Mike Soroka, Mike Fultonevich, Cole Hamels, Max Fried, Will Smith, Shane Green, Mark Melanson, Darren O'Day, Sean Newcomb. Now he may be a starting pitcher or relief pitcher, but I still think he's a definite. And of course, Chris Martin. Now that leaves 3 spots open for all these guys to compete with. So from there, let's go into our locks for position player. Now first off, who else could I start with but Ronald Acuna Jr.? Then we're going to Freddie Freeman, Ozzie Albies, Marcell Ozuna, Travis d'Arnaud, Tyler Flowers, Nick Markakis, and of course, Dansby Swanson. Now those are just my locks. There's a lot more that goes into this. First off, we got to get into the 40-man roster. Now these are players on the 40-man, but they're not locks. These are completely separate from the locks I just told you. So let's look at it. Tucker Davidson, Grant Dayton, Yasiel De La Cruz, Luke Jackson, AJ Minter, Philip Pfeiffer, Chad Sapatka, Touki Toussaint, Jeremy Walker, Jacob Webb, Patrick Weigel, Bryce Wilson, Kyle Wright, and Huascar Winao. Now those are our pitchers. Let's talk about position players. These are guys that are currently on the 40-man, but are not locks. Adam Duvall, Indra Inciarte, Christian Pache, Adeiny Hechavarria, William Contreras, Alex Jackson, and of course, Austin Riley and Johan Camargo. Now I want to highlight those 2 guys for a second. The reason they are not locks is not because I don't think either one of them will be third baseman. It is because I think it is too hard to pick right now which one it will be, if not both. I think both of them could make it to the roster, whether that be a bench bat, a platoon at third, or whatever the Braves choose to do with that. I think those guys could both easily make the roster. Now that depends on if they're as good as they were last year or as good as they've been hyped up to be on social media and of course by the Braves themselves. So those are just 40-man roster. There's still more names here. That's the point I'm trying to make here. We have tons of names to get through and a very limited amount of spots. There's only 3 spots open for pitchers. Now these are going to be included against the guys in the 40-man roster. First off, Ian Anderson, Thomas Burrows, Felix Hernandez, Kurt Hoekstra, Connor Johnstone, Kyle Muller, Chris Nunn, Ben Rowan, Chris Rusin, and Josh Tomlin. Now those guys are going to have to compete with guys that are already on the 40-man roster to even be on the 40-man roster. Let's move into position players. These are spring training invitees. First off, Shea Langoliers, Carlos Martinez, Jonathan Morales, Bryce Ball, Charlie Culberson, Sean Kazmar, Pete Cosma, Jack Lopez, Peter O'Brien, Braden Shoemake, Yangervis Solarte, Riley Unruh, Trey Harris, Grayson Janista, Rafael Ortega, Shane Robinson, Andrew Waters. Okay, as I've mentioned before, these guys have got to all compete for a very limited amount of spots. For pitchers, it's 3 spots. For position players right now, in my book, it's 4. So, with pitchers, right now you got 4 spots open. These are my locks right now. Who could possibly be added to this list? There's a lot of guys that could possibly be in here, but let's show you the graphic and let's see who is on there. Now, I've already mentioned all these guys so far. You see, starting out with players on the 40-man on the left and players that haven't been named on the right. Now, all these guys are competing, but a lot of them will not see the light of the 40-man roster, much less a major league mound. So from there, let's move into position players. Now, again, these are my locks. You see them here? They're pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I have to get into it much. Let's throw up the graphic and show you all the guys that are competing. There's a lot of names here. But I think the important thing to realize is, again, not all these guys are going to play. But some of them will. Some of them will be backups. And some of them may just be trade capital come July. Now, if your favorite player isn't a lock, don't fret. The roster on opening day is always a lot different than the roster in October. With that, I'm going to close it out here. Thank you for watching On Deck. I always appreciate it. Please make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so that you can be notified every time I drop something new. Hey, and if you need something to look at, go check out my latest interview This past Saturday, I interviewed Andrew Jones. He talks about everything, including the likes of Christian Pache and even his Hall of Fame bid. Also, I got an opportunity for you if you're a Braves fan. BP Sports, I've talked about them before. They are hosting Marquis Grissom at the end of March. You see the information on the graphic in front of you. BP Sports is located on 2800 Canton Road. Make sure you're there. You won't want to miss it. Marquis Grissom is the guy who, of course, caught the ball to win the 1995 World Series Championship. He's an awesome guy, and you'll want to meet him. So make sure you're there. And hey, I'll be there too. So come meet me as well. Till next time, thank you for watching On Deck. I hope you enjoyed it.